Okay, so I'm doing part of the 5-hour inspection and maintenance on the Air Conception Nitro 200. I've checked all the bolts for tightness. I pulled the spark plug and checked it to make sure that it wasn't over wet and not too rich, and it would look fine. It has a slight brown and some oil on it, but it was in good shape. And I torqued the heads, these 4 head bolts. These were fine, they torqued out just fine. However, the bottom 2 required a little bit more torque to get them in solid. So about 1/8 of a turn got them torqued down. So that was the big thing that I noticed here. But all the other bolts that I looked at, all the mounts, all the exhaust, it's all solid and good. So now what we're going to do is do the last part, which is on this carburetor. We need to pull off the fuel pump cover, and then if you can see on this side, this fuel pump cover, we got to pull this off, and inside there's a little screen that we have to check for contamination, and if there's any contamination we have to clean it. So let's first take off the airbox so we can get a little bit better at this, and then we'll go ahead and pull these 4 bolts off and pop that off and check that vent. So let me get this part going. Just loosen it up, you don't have to take it off, just so it comes off free. So you kind of break the rubber a little bit, the seat of it, and then just pull it off. And a little more. There we go. Pull it off, and then since it's on a cord, we just kind of hang it over to the side, get it out of the way like that. Okay, so now we have exposure to the carb. Let's look inside the carb. It's looking pretty oily, so I'll wipe that out. Make sure everything looks clean. It does. Yeah, get all that gunk off there. Make it nice and clean. And then we can... So I got my handy dandy shop towels from Costco, and I want to put these in here so that they don't, when I open up that fuel pump cover, I'm sure fuel's going to come flying out of there. So I want to make sure that this is going to catch it and not go all over the motor. No sense in dousing it in gasoline and oil mixture, because the oil, it's not the gasoline that's a worry, it's more the oil, because the oil will then create an oily surface, sticky surface, which dirt can attract to and accumulate on the motor. So let's just not go there. Make sure we have a way to wick up all that moisture, all that fuel and oil when we pull off the cover. All right, so let's pull off that cover. There, got it. That's one. It's got a little washer, so I want to make sure I don't drop that. So I'm just going to put this right there so I don't lose it, because you can lose these parts real easy. Okay, got that one out. That's 2. We'll have 4 when I'm done. Okay, got the next one. Smelling gas now. Do this outside. Look, I can see fuel's coming down already. See, that's why I wanted this screen and wanted the shop towels in place. Catch all that stuff. Let's see if there's any contamination. There's the 4th one. Let's put that away and not lose it. Okay. Good. So now we've got the screen. Let's pull this off gently so we don't damage it. And there's the screen. We'll put that aside. Let's take a look on this side, see what it looks like. There's the diaphragm. Yeah, everything looks good.
As we zoom in, you can see the contamination there, the 3 specks on the right-hand side of the diaphragm pump.
Good. I don't know what that is. Is that contamination there? Let's see. Yeah, that's some contamination, little metal shavings. Look at that. Wipe that off. Get that cleaned off. And then we can see in that screen right there, we got some contamination in there. So, ooh, there's a pop.
Within this yellow circle, you can see the filter screen for the carburetor.
So we're gonna have to clean that out. So they recommend using either washing benzene or another product called brake clean. Since I'm in California, they don't allow washing benzene, so we're gonna go ahead and use the brake clean to clean that gunk out. But you can see that gunk, there's a little bit of stuff stuck in there, so let's clean that out. So we got get this in there a little bit. Spray that out. I think that did it. There, it dried up. That's good. Now good, see, it's all perfectly clean. That's what we wanted. Nice, clean. It's still burping a little bit, that's okay, but now it's clean. So it's totally clean, that's good. Let's clean that contamination off the other side. Off this. Make sure this part is clean. There we go. Just get the nice little wash. Yep, there we go. Nice and clean, let that dry. Good. Now we can just put this sucker right back. So put this back in position. Got it lined up. Let's put the first screw in. And then get the rest of the screws in. Nice and gentle, slow and steady. Wins the race. Going fast means you drop a screw, get pissed. Not good. So there's one screw. Let's see if we get some leaks if I pressurize this thing. And the way you pressurize it, just squeeze this bag, the bladder, and we're gonna just do it like this. Push this and see if we can't get the fuel to come back up. There it is. There we go. See, this shot of fuel went in there. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay, so it's all fully primed. Let's check for leaks in the fuel pump. No leaks. Good. Let's put the airbox back on. Get this lined up. Get this tightened back up. The reason why I squirted some fuel into the cylinder too is I want to make dang sure that any stripping effect of that brake cleaner is nullified by oil in the fuel, so it doesn't damage the carburetor, not the carburetor, but the cylinder. So that's why I squirted more in. I don't mind if that just sits there. It's not going to hurt anything. We're done with the 5-hour maintenance. Now the only thing left for me to do is to make an entry into the aircraft logbook for the motor, the engine logbook, or I call it the aircraft logbook, and I will have finished this service and she's ready to fly tomorrow morning. See you later, guys.